We are never one country before. Tell me one time in the history of this country that IPOB came out to kidnap people and ask for ransom. Esther, that shows you that we are never one country before. Lord Lugard did us a disfavor.
Barrister Darlington Agumor, good evening and thank you for joining me on the Evening Rush today.
My pleasure once again.
How are you?
I'm okay.
You joined me during the world news at 6, so I appreciate that.
In fact, the bad news can cause somebody insanity.
Well, at this point in time, we shouldn't let it get very close to home.
It is worrisome.
Something needs to be done as soon as possible. Now let's go straight to the conversation. Islamic cleric, security commentator Sheikh Ahmed Gumi is urging the federal government to reconsider its heavy spending on military operations and instead explore dialogue with armed groups operating across the country. The cleric said lasting peace cannot be achieved through force alone. According to him, negotiations remain the most practical path to resolving Nigeria's worsening security crisis. In this regard as well, he has said he can actually help the Nigerian government if only groups which he put in the same bracket as terrorists, IPOB, bandits and other elements drop their weapons, then he can help them. What does that mean?
Esther, that man should stop talking. He is part of this problem. In fact, the federal government should have long arrested him and jailed him. Whenever he wants to come to limelight, he will use this insecurity to clean up his battered image. Every time he has been saying this. Was he not the one who told us that except we negotiate with bandits, that there will be no peace in Nigeria? That we had to listen to him, to them, and then pay them the money they demanded. So after eating the money, what will now happen? Who will eat the money with them? What are they going to do with the money? You can see the mentality of Sheikh Gumi. He doesn't even know anything about terrorism and how they can be curtailed. Instead of this man to say the northern leaders should rehabilitate their children, let them go back to school. He is talking of the federal government. Dialogue with them so that what will happen? No, so that what will happen? So that they will give up condition. Is that not the next thing? You dialogue with the terrorists, and so what happened? After the expiration of the dialogue, what happens? All the ones with dialogue and all the ones with rehabilitated, what came out of it? So nobody should listen to that Sheikh Gumi. Rather, they should interrogate him, his relationship with the terrorists. They should interrogate that man. Every time he wants to talk, he will say something that has to do with bandit, terrorists and all that. How can you say that IPOB and Boko Haram, they are on the same group? Tell me, the pursuit of IPOB is known to the whole world. That is why nobody has regarded them as a terrorist group. So why do you want to bring IPOB into the group of Boko Haram, ISWAP and bandits? On what ground? This thing that Boko Haram, ISWAP and bandits are doing, does IPOB do the same thing? No, tell me one time in the history of this country that IPOB came out to kidnap people and ask for ransom. Let Sheikh Gumi come and tell me when it has happened, either in the southeast or anywhere. Let Sheikh Gumi come and tell me when IPOB went into a village and killed everybody for whatever reason. Whatever reason. Let him tell me. Let Sheikh Gumi come and tell me when IPOB went to any place outside Igbo land and say, except you become an Igbo man, you're a dead person. And these are things that these other groups are known for. Let Sheikh Gumi come and tell me when IPOB was criminalized in any part of the world, apart from Buhari. So how can he mention IPOB in his game plan? He doesn't know what to say. Please let him keep quiet if he doesn't know what to say.
The security, specifically in the north, it feels like somehow they are not talking. Okay, because northern Nigeria, as we know it, they currently protested against against Israel and the US. We saw them come out to protest. We've not seen them come out to protest about the insecurity currently ravaging their region.
Exactly.
So are they in cahoots or in connivance with this nonsense? I want you to listen to this. Let's listen to what the Sheikh is saying. Sheikh Malam Bello Murtala Asada. Obviously, he's not happy with this development.
Sannan abinda zai ba ku mamaki gwamnatoci suna gani ga bala'i nan yana haddasuwa waɗannan 'yan ta'addad babu magana su ja da baya ko da kun ga.
What he's saying is that if it weren't for the fact that northern Nigerians are backing the Islamic Fulani killer kidnappers, we would have seen heavy protests from the north. One remains silent in the face of death. That's what he's saying. Staying quiet shows that they all support Sharia in the north because that's the way of life for Muslims. I'm wondering, we saw when Trump said he wanted to bomb, the enclaves of the terrorists. Some certain individuals came out to say and threaten Trump that if he does come, they will set their mosquitoes on them and they will have malaria fever for the rest of their lives. Though it was ridiculous, we saw them carrying placards, all right, with the APC cap of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu showing 8 years, 4 + 4, 8, and signaling that if they do try to come to Nigeria, they were protesting. So if they are not complaining, and it feels like possibly it's we in the south that really amplifying the issue, does it mean that they're in support of what is going on, where these terrorists are killing their people, decimating their communities? It's only the Christian dominated areas, like how Reverend Dachomo has been crying out, that have been speaking up lately. The other communities, you don't hear anything. Nobody protests. Schools don't protest, but they were protesting recently against Israel and the US.
Esther, that shows you that we are never one country before. Lord Lugard did us a disfavor. This thing started from the origin. It started from somewhere. That was just the main problem. We are never one. We can never be one. We can never be one, no matter how you try to patch it, Esther. This insecurity have shown the whole world that we are never one. And the earlier the whole world come to our aid, the better, because it may get to a head. Look, when you allow or you refuse to allow a peaceful change, then a violent change may be inevitable at the end of the day. I don't know how long we continue to live with this insecurity, because these guys, they are not letting go. We want to move on with our life in the south here. We want to be progressive. We want to make progress. We want to leave a legacy for our children. Not a legacy of terrorism, for God's sake. Esther, did you see the small children that are carrying gun in the north? Does it not bother you? Small children. 16, 17, 18. That means they have been born into terrorism. So these ones will grow. By the time they are 30, they would have become commander. They would have found their own camps. It will get to a point whereby the states will now have their own terrorist group controlling that state, telling the governor what to do and what not to do. With the way things are going. So is that what we want us to bequeath to our children? So that for you to now survive in Nigeria, you must be a terrorist. You must have the power of threat and all that. You must develop muscle, carry gun. That's the only way to survive in Nigeria. What progress will that bring to you and I? What progress?
So do you know that a commanding officer was shot dead? Boko Haram hitting the military base. They slaughtered these soldiers. We're seeing this in real time, and they're capturing this digitally, putting it across, several social media platforms. Let me tell you something, Barrister Darlington. If the Nigerian military can no longer hold on to fighting and protecting us, if this terrorists overrun us, we're done with.
That's what I told you here, that if they enter Ekiti, it's just a 6 hours business. They will finish transacting this business in 6 hours in Ekiti. Ekiti just 2.5 million population. If they enter there, because they're already in Kwara, from Kwara to Ekiti is not even a 1 hour journey. 1 hour. And so, is that what you are waiting for? Who will stop them in Ekiti? So when we are saying this, government don't even pay attention. It's a very unfortunate, seriously. Government don't, for you to kill one Nigerian soldier, not to talk of many of them, and government just keep silent. as if those ones are just numbers. And you are telling me that one day the military will not ask questions. Why are we dying? Why are we not giving arms and ammunition to fight terrorists? Why are we being used as a cannon fodder? Our line manager are not doing the needful. They are all in their offices and they sent us to go and die. These things will come up one day, sir. Go and mark my word. And then they say the military, they are now in mutiny. They have done this, they have done that. But who gave room for it? How can you send Nigerian soldiers to just go and die like that? Needlessly. Imagine soldiers running away from these terrorists, Esther. Running away from them. Look, there are things that can bring shame to a country. There are things that can bring shame to a country, Esther.
You said if they enter Ekiti. Barrister, let me tell you this. Kidnappers raped a victim to death in Ekiti and demanded 2 virgin girls as ransom for their cups. In Ajoni local government area, a middle-aged lady was kidnapped and raped to death. They demanded 1.5 million naira, Canadian loud, cocaine, Miri, and cartons of beer to release her cups. The villagers rallied, raised cash equivalent because they didn't know where to get the drugs mentioned. 4 brave men who went to deliver the cash were seized. The kidnappers sent a message to the village asking for 2 virgin girls for their release or they too will be killed. Apparently, this has been going on for years in Ekiti as the terrorists move freely and has cut off the community's access to water or hospitals, keeping them caged. 6 towns are under siege. Itakbaji, Iyemero, I hope I pronounce that right, please. I didn't use Yoruba
Go ahead. The name
connotation. Oke Ako, Irele, Ijowa, and Ikpao. And according to locals, their political representatives, both senators and rep members, have not said one word. Instead, they are comfortable sending condolence messages. The community warned that if it continues, it would become a genocide and they would be forced to retaliate. They have called on the president to look into the matter. Afenifere has confirmed the story and also called for immediate action because the terrorists are humans, not spirits. So, does it mean this has been happening for years, but they kept mute because...
I was even thinking that they are planning. I don't know, they're already there. They have already set up.
No, they said it's been going on, but they kept quiet. You can even see pictures of them, placards protesting. The women, they're saying, we are all farmers. It's in Yoruba or something like that. So the question is, Barrister Darlington, some of these communities seem to have been experiencing this, but they've not been speaking it. They've not been saying anything.
They don't know who
Possibly
to
now it's overwhelming and they have to speak. So how long will it take them to do what they know how to do, as they had said here?
You know, they are monitoring the place.
Who is monitoring the place?
The terrorists now. You know how they swoop on Kwara?
But they said if it continues, that they would no longer sit by, that what they would take matters into their hands. Obviously, they will go diabolical.
There is nothing they are going to do, Esther. There is nothing they are going to do. Why can't they do it?
Barrister, they killed a king. They killed a king and everywhere was mute.
Is that the only time they have killed a king? No, tell me, is that the only time? Answer now. Whenever they kill, we are going to do something, no. We are going to do something, no. They will kill again. Hey, we are warning you to be careful, oh. Don't try this in again, oh. They will kill again. You are still talking. So when I go to react, Esther, does it not show that you are weak? You don't know what to do. Somebody came all the way from the Sahel, from the north, to come and kill you in your own house, in your own village. And you are still complaining and talking, you will do something. When are you going to do something? You look, the best way to defend yourself is to attack. Oh. To attack. They have brought the war to your doorstep and you are still talking. This was exactly what IPOB and ESN are doing to protect their people in the south, but they termed them all sorts of things because they didn't allow Buhari to carry out his plan in the southeast. Is that not the only reason why Buhari hated Nnamdi Kanu? Any other reason? Any other reason? The IPOB, did they do this type of nonsense? as to say, yeah, this is why we don't like IPOB. This is what. Yes, all the things the IPOB are doing is known to the whole world. Self-determination. And it's because of this nonsense. That's why they say they want to be on their own. What is wrong with that? These guys that are doing all this, is that what they are pursuing? Is that what they are pursuing? So let nobody join IPOB with this nonsense. That's what I want to advise to Kishegumi. Let him carry his propaganda elsewhere. Look at what your own people, your own children, because you said these bandits are your children. You said it. You even told us that they are good bandits and bad bandits.
So
but you cannot be able to separate them from us.
Darlington, if this is the case, if the political class is exuding apathy, they're not concerned, their children are obviously abroad, they are not here, okay? And if anything happens, they have the money, they have the facility to get out of the country. So it's not their business. The largesse of the nation is at their disposal. Our crude oil, our wealth, the secrets of all our treasury is within their disposal. So they will just take what they want to take and leave us, you know, like leave we that do not have the means on our own. So what are Nigerians waiting for?
They are waiting for them in this election. No, seriously, this election will determine. In fact, as I've told you here,
okay,
if Nigerians make that mistake again, they won't like what I will say here. Maybe it's that time that I will fall out with the government.
Let me ask you this question.
I'm not joking.
Do you think any other leader will be exempted from this onslaught currently bedeviling Nigeria? It's Tinubu, yes. If it were Peter Obi or Atiku or any one of them there, do you think these killings will be abated?
And Obi would have done it the way he did it with Anambra.
No, Barrister, you cannot be so certain about that.
Okay, let's give him a try.
Because he's an Igbo man, he's a southern candidate. You think that he would fight these guys out? These guys that the Tinubu administration supposedly thought they knew.
Let's give him a trial first.
Do you think Nigerians need someone who will do trials, someone who can be firm and affirmative?
Look, if an Obi deploy IPOB and make use of them, this thing will end in 24 hours.
IPOB that has been proscribed as a terrorist organization.
He cannot proscribe them and make use of them.
Don't you think that's one of the reasons why they don't want him to be there? Because they think that's what he would do.
So really, the end justifies the means now.
This is the reality of the conversation.
The means. If you since you have been using your people and they are working against the Nigerian state, why can't he bring somebody who will help him clear the mail like Ihejirika did? Like Ihejirika did. That's what I'm telling you.
Is a new Nigeria looking impossible? Is a new Nigeria looking impossible?
It will look impossible if the wrong people are still in office. But if the right people come, the new Nigeria.
Amongst the current crop of politicians who have indicated interest to run in 2027, who is the right politician?
The right politician is the person that the people will choose. This was
I asked you a specific question. Amongst these politicians that have indicated interest to run for 2027, let me help you list them. The APC has automatically chosen Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And in the ADC, which is considered as the main opposition political party, you have Peter Obi, you have Rotimi Amechi, you have Atiku Abubakar. I want you to bear in mind that Atiku Abubakar and El Rufai and Rotimi Amechi, these individuals actually formed this political party. They brought this current administration to power. I want you to bear that in mind. So currently, those running for president in the ADC, Peter Obi, Rotimi Amechi, Atiku Abubakar. All right. Now, the only person who is not in this equation is Peter Obi, amongst those who brought this government to power. The other one who seems to be gaining momentum now is Omoyele Sowore of the AAC. A lot of persons are actually beginning to look into him because they feel he has been brave, consistent, and decisive and affirmative, showing a sense of spine. These are the individuals right now currently seriously have indicated their interest to occupy Aso Rock. And I'm asking you, which one of them, Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his first term, has displayed incompetence in handling security? So who amongst the rest do you think can do what needs to be done?
It is very obvious that a P2B should be given a chance. Not just because
we're not talking about a chance in terms of disposition, in terms of attitude, in terms of what you can call aura. Which one of them do you think can handle this?
I just told you here now. Didn't a P2B rule Anambra State as a governor?
He did.
When the other two Mbadunuju and then Gige was there, you saw what the Oba brother did with them. In fact, at a point, they burned down Oka.
So you think Peter Obi can handle insecurity better than Tinubu?
So
you don't think that this caliphate set of persons are trying to destabilize or polarize this country because they feel power must always remain in the north?
Let me tell you.
Despite the fact that Tinubu is a Muslim.
Esther, let me tell you. When Nigerians were looking for a Schwarzenegger, a Rambo, they said yes.
What did you say? A what?
Another Schwarzenegger, that American actor, who's always doing action film. He's a no-nonsense. He's the nemesis of bad guys. We said that Buhari is a no-nonsense man. He's a former general. He will do this. You know how we praise where they praise the Buhari? Is that not true?
Mm-hmm.
How come under Buhari's what things got worse? Have you asked yourself that question?
It really got worse.
So Tinubu now came. They said master strategy. He knows everything about politics. He's the one who will control the north. He's the one who will do this. He's the one who will do that.
Did you know that the reason why the Muslim ticket was picked, the reason why the Muslim ticket was looked into was because, okay, Tinubu is a Muslim. He will appeal to them.
Okay. And then
despite that, it's not working.
So that's why I'm telling you that then we should now have a change. Look at it from somebody who have shown the willingness to control a rascality in Anambra. If you could do with Uba brothers and brought a good governance there, why not allow him to do it in the central instead of working against him? That's what I'm saying here. Support him.
So that's your own disposition
that
to
is
say
what I'm thinking for now.
He can pull this off, having to decimate
Esther,
insecurity.
If they refuse to give it to him, then they will continue to stay where we are. It's as simple as that.
Now let's mention the northern oligarchs. They have said Sharia law is here to stay. Sultan Oshokoto actually made that statement. But ever since all of these perilous times and that ASOP hasn't doing what they're doing, we've not heard him categorically come out to emphatically disclose and tell his people that we can no longer continue like this. Why is that?
Because that is the Sharia is in their DNA.
No, we're talking about the fact that these persons who carry out this mayhem keep chanting Allahu Akbar.
It's in their DNA. They believe that what they were told when they were in their infancy. Esther, this is indoctrination. Bad religious indoctrination. That is what is fueling this thing. And the leaders know that if they don't sustain this propaganda, this deceit, they will not have anybody to fight these their jihadists. That is the only reason why they keep, promoting and grooming these guys to become what they are. Didn't you see what happened when Jonathan was in office? That he built Almajiri schools, 165 of them, the whole north. And in just 1 week, 2 million of them enrolled in that school. What did the governor of Niger State at that time, Babangida Aliyu? He told Jonathan that what we need is money, not school. To his face. I said, look at. That was where I knew that these guys are up to something. They are not talking of progress. They are talking of what? Disaster. I don't know what they want to gain with this thing. So, I am not surprised, though. It is in their DNA. I don't know how you are going to remove something that is in somebody's DNA, Esther, except to allow him to paddle his own canoe. That is just the only reason. Paddle your canoe. Stay with your insecurity. Stay with your terrorism. Leave us alone. We want to live in peace. Is it too much to ask for? That is the truth here. Look at the way the northern leaders have kept quiet. That is criminal silence over what is going on. I
cannot even begin to comprehend it.
Esther, criminal silence. And you are telling me that they are sincere. But what they can be pursuing is politics. Remove Amopito, remove our next chairman, remove him. He's a Christian, he wrote a letter.
In fact, Barrister, 33 minutes ago, Peter Obi wrote a tweet where he was talking about the persecution of the opposition, the recent attack on Rotimi Amici, the continuous incarceration of Mr. El Rufai, right? And if you look at the response, a couple of persons. Okay, let me take for example, Cubana Chief Priest says, in response to what he said about the attack on Rotimi Amici, he says, "This is really sad. I am not sure you will do better. The Fulani guys will kill your administration. It's better you just let it go. They will ruin you." You know the.
The day a madman realized that he's naked, Esther. You see madness. The day a madman realized that he's naked, that is the day his madness will end. Though. I hope you know that. Okay. So when things get to a head, you see these Nigerians that we are criticizing, they will now come to their senses and say, how did we get here? The Yoruba man will no longer care that my brother is in office. The Igbo man will no longer care who is there. The Hausa man will no longer. You will see what will happen that day. These guys that carried that revolution in Russia and France, are they from the same family? No, are they from the same family? But it happened, and it brought what? Good governance in those regions of the world. I trust my Igbo brothers. One day, these guys in Onitsha gathered and said, "Boss Oye." Go and ask anybody about Boss Oye. So I am very, very optimistic. I've always told you that evil does not last forever.
Yeah.
It will get to a point where people will say, enough is enough. Oh. The man in Enugu will shout. The one in Lagos will respond. By that time, these evil men will leave town by force. I told you a story here about Anambra after the war. Some guys who took Onitsha hostage. Esther, they took Onitsha hostage. You cannot buy and sell except you come and pay homage. They were extorting people. Boss, you are grumbling. Boss, you are angry. Boss, you are screaming. But they refuse to listen. Esther, I trust my Igbo brothers. One day, these guys in Onitsha gathered and said, "Boss Oye." Go and ask anybody about Boss Oye. Boss Oye, and that was it. They cleaned that Onitsha. Look at Otokoto in Imo State.
Yeah.
Vincent or whatever he's called, he had been reading since the 70s. In fact, a TV station used to use that Otokoto Hotel for a program. Every Sunday evening, they will go and listen to it. They don't know what that man is. He's just using that hotel as a camouflage. Until one day, when they killed an innocent boy, 11-year-old boy. And that was that. In fact, the rest became history. Or when the people gathered, they burned down the house and chased these guys out. They chased them out of town. Their businesses burned down. That was 23rd of November 1996 under Abacha. So evil doesn't last forever. I said in those days, on 2 occasions when I was coming out from the airport, there'll be hold up. I'll ask the driver, "Come, what is keeping this?" They say it's Obidiozo. That is Otokoto's son. Whenever he's moving along that Douglas Abiwedra road, Esther, no car will pass him. He will be moving like a snail on the road. Meanwhile, the front is very free. Cars will be running at his back to cross. He will just bring out gun and warn you. He will bring out gun from his steering wheel and warn you not to try to overtake him. Esther. What this guy did, but one day, Esther, did it not come to an end? Did it not come to an end?
But do you know that
today, can you mention that you are from Otokoto family?
To travel to the north by road, you literally have your heart in your mouth and praying. The last time I traveled to the north was in 2015. 2015. That was the last time. I think I was having during my leave, and I decided to go visit some of my friends. That was the last time. Even at that, there were reports of insecurity. But all through my stay, I didn't experience anything. I can't think of having to travel there right now.
Yeah. To go
I'm not even talking about Kaduna
maybe
or
that
anything.
man, that Abdullahi may be waiting for you.
Which Abdullahi?
The man that wanted to take you to that tree and then.
Oh my God! You're referring to in the Just crisis.
Eh?
You're referring to Just crisis.
That man, I wanted to bring that back.
But Barrister, that's not the case. I have friends there whom I go visit.
Tell them to visit you here. That is
obviously, they no, most of them have.
Where you school? You must have met friends there.
Their family members alternate between here and the US. But the thing is this, Barrister. What I'm trying to say is, I can't think of going to visit anymore. I can't think of visiting places where the food I grew up with there, I can't have it. I can't eat it. So my question is, Nigeria seems polarized because of insecurity. You can't travel from one place to the other. Those who do so, who even attempt to, God knows the kind of stuff they put on themselves, to travel.
And as I keep saying, Tinubu is the modern day Afonja in Yoruba land. And he will destroy, because for his sake, the Yoruba race will be in a very serious mess unless they abandon that idiot now. I call him an idiot with every reason in the world. A fool, a certificate forging criminal, a drug pusher in Chicago. Go and do your research on Tinubu. A drug pusher, a kleptomaniac extraordinaire, a thief of unimaginable, a living rogue, a stealing machine. All of you were there during election. Bank bullion van that used to carry money went to his house. Jagaban must go. A thief. He's also a murderer. He was instrumental in the slaughter of young Nigerian youths at your so-called Lekki toll gate. Have you all forgotten? Black people.
Well, in don't declare to everyone, say, day one for this country. And I don't know whether the president don't declare to run, because I don't see the reason why you go see things they work, and what they try to do for the country they work. If they actually go say they do work, why can't you just open your mind and do it boldly? You go be one of the best president we say we don't ever get. Everybody go remember you for what you do. But as they do like this, person no go feel remember you. Only waiting they go they remember how they put people for poverty. So if you could just come and boldly say, maybe we divide this country into 3 or 4, everybody could just they happy. They say thank God say Buhari come. So that's the best thing we be say if you do for yourself. Because if you keep on they talk all these things, the insecurity where everybody they always talk, they know they even ain't do anything about it. We they talk say light for the past 1 week from my area, and we never get light. 1 week and we never even know what thing happen. To that extent, we don't even lose hope. Everybody now don't go into solar because of waiting face system. And we say that they do the right thing. Now everybody don't declare or say they want may they divide their own divide country. Yoruba don't they talk their own, Hausa don't they talk their own. You don't think we be say Biafra they talk say may they divide the country. Why don't you see, okay, since this thing now, this work would they give me, I know they feel do anything, make I just go and divide this thing. If things they good, you think say everybody go they agitate, say they won't go. Nobody go agitate for once. Nobody go agitate now, because say the system no dey favorable to everyone. Britain or British just carry us jampad 4-5 different tribes for one particular place, may they become country. Now see what we they face right now. Oh yeah, make we do the right thing, we don't get independence. Oh yeah, do the right thing, make everybody just go rest. Than all this suffering where everybody they suffer. It's a shameful thing. Say the way we will find ourselves for this country is a shameful thing. But I believe that one day everything, all this injustice we say that they do to the Igbos, one day will go clear for their eye. Because this place, never will not be one country, will not be one country. No matter how it be, no matter how they try to say, make the thing look like. I'm not going to just talk much. I go allow una me una share una own thoughts at the comment section. And don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates. Your opinion really matters a lot. Share this video now. The only one I fit take encourage supporters and click the subscribe button for more updates and write freedom for Mazana the Khan and freedom for the people of Biafra. Thank you.